All right, hey internet. Tonight we're gonna get a little personal, I guess. It's Friday. It's like 11 p.m. or something. Very close to not recording this VGT, but I kind of pushed myself to sit down, think a little bit. I did some handstands, or tried to. The blood got flowing, and my mind is racing. So recently, I've been thinking a lot about time. Last week's VGT was incredibly forced, and I wanted to try and touch upon this, but now I feel connected to the VGT spirit. And it's just, I've been thinking about time and the passage of it. And I mean, I have a whole theory about time, and long story short, I don't think time's linear. I made a whole VGT about, mental time travel, if you want to watch that or listen to it. But to put my situation in context, I'm finishing my undergraduate degree in December, and it's a semester early. Now, first of all, I'm still glad I'm finishing early. Still glad I'm graduating early. Would not change that for anything, pretty much. Barring unrealistic situations, i.e. I'll pay you $1 million if you do one more semester. It's not going to happen. Could not be happier to be finishing early. Really happy with where I am. And in many ways, it's not worth looking back and regretting things or, wishing I did things different. Because my life simply would not be where it was if I did things differently. Now, I've been aware of the passage of time this last week or 2 weeks very explicitly, and it's been a very specific reason has been its catalyst. But in general, it's just, I've been thinking more and more, it's been weighing on me, I should say, just about the fact that, time will go on. Doesn't stop for anybody. And, at some point I'm going to blink and I'm going to die, right? Or going to be on my deathbed or whatever. And that's a long way away, but in the moment, it's not going to feel like it. There are just these moments where I feel, I guess, nostalgic, where I feel like I wish this could last forever. And I try to make the most of these moments, but it's impossible, which kind of sucks. It's not really possible. Anyway, back to the note on graduation, I suppose. So I'm in New York City. October feels like it has flown by. Came here June 1st. I feel like a lot has happened since then. And again, it's not like I wish I could go back and do it all over again. Either way, I have to move forward at some point, right? But there's just, I think maybe it comes out of the uncertainty of where I'm going to be in the future. Yeah, I still don't, have a job. Obviously, I'm still on the hunt, the grind, the application phase. I don't know how some people can just not do that. I don't know. That's not for me to think about, to judge or whatever. I have one specific example in mind, but whatever. But yeah, so I'm in New York City, and I'm gonna be here until December, and that's it. Or so I think. Maybe if I would love to get a remote job and stay in the city for just a tad bit longer and then yeet away. And for various reasons, I would like to go to various locations. And this is another way time has been weighing on me. It's kind of like, actually, I'm gonna take a step back. I started being social my fall semester, so my first semester of my sophomore year, my third semester in total. And by that, I mean, I just became a generally more personable person. My mouse button's not working. There we go. This is weird. Okay. And then, COVID hit, yada, 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 the huge. And I just, there's a part of me that wishes I was this social before, not this social. I'm definitely not very social. I'm still a very introverted person, but, I actually have like a good group of friends, one group of friends that's still from high school that we talk a lot, one group of friends in person that go to the same school, and like 2 or 3 other groups of friends, but 2 really strong ones. One that's remained for a while, another that's remained for a while, we just don't talk as much. Anyway, that's long story short. There's just aspects of the world I'm in now that I wish could just last forever. I guess not forever, but a little bit longer. one of those things specifically is what I have found here in the city. Now, like I said, I could not be more excited to finish undergrad. I mentioned in a past VGT, whatever, maybe I'll go for a PhD, and I'm definitely applying for one. I'm taking 2 grad classes, one of which I'm using a final paper for as like a writing sample for the PhD. I just want to make sure I can look back and say, hey, I at least tried. Because I don't, my hopes aren't very high, and I don't know. I don't really think I want 5 more years of academia, but whatever. I don't know if I want a full-time software engineering job either. It's just a whole new branch of life that I really am not prepared for, because in middle school, I was excited for high school, and high school I was excited for college. In college, I'm excited to be done, and all of a sudden I'm realizing, wait, what does done entail? What does it mean? Anyway, one of the things I want to put it into perspective. My second semester, someone told me that my style of karate has a dojo in New York City. And that was an amazing discovery, because that was one of the reasons I started losing weight. It was because, it was hindering my karate. And I was excited post-COVID to come back and do karate when I was back in the city. But I also started to do parkour Tuesdays and Thursdays. And the thing is, karate changed to Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I said, I can't make it. Really enjoying parkour. And that has become almost a staple, in a sense, of, me being here this semester. Parkour, it's been great to meet the people in it. Super great group of people. It just, it feels like there's something I want to be a part of for a long time. Not to say there isn't parkour somewhere else, right? And I know that eventually I'd have to say goodbye. Even if I stayed here for the next however long my life lasts for, like everyone else is going to move on. I think my Minecraft server, Oinkcraft, I think that is a perfect example to have lived through, so to speak, of something that has prime days and have ended. Its legacy has carried on, which is a good thing to remind myself about. The Oink community on Discord is still alive. I'm still in contact with a good amount of people from those Minecraft days. But it, not all time's gonna last forever, and it sucks. It does. It really does suck. But life does have to move on. Now, if I were to return to Minecraft, I feel like I would want it to be something bigger than just Minecraft plugins on a random server or whatever. Wow, I jumped so far I didn't get the grind. Okay, that's fine. Parkour is gonna have this end as well. If I can stay in the city for 6 more months, which I want to do for multiple reasons, that would be fantastic. That would be bloody fantastic. Will it happen? I don't know. I just know it's going to be tough to actually let go of things, because I actually went outside, metaphorically, this semester. I actually said, I'm going to do some new things. Funny, because, when I was doing boxing in the fall, I was bummed that couldn't continue into the spring when I was going to Paris, and I was looking forward to doing it when I got back, but then COVID. And I'm doing kickboxing now, and it's not the same place. It's definitely more fun, but I haven't been as committed to it, not nearly. And I can kind of predict as to why. I mean, I'm trying to find a time that works for me when I'm actually in Brooklyn. That's the side rant. But kickboxing is something that I don't feel, tied by the people. It's cool when the trainers are like, oh, I haven't seen you for a while. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you haven't. It's unfortunate. And it just, parkour is different. You meet these great people, and I've learned so much doing parkour, just about, I guess, myself, pushing my limits. It's something that I really want to keep as a part of my life. I genuinely thought I was going to join parkour and be able, do it a few times and then dip, or, do it every other Tuesday or something. But it's super fun, and I keep learning new things, and I keep trying new things. I can practically do a backflip, I can practically do a front flip, I can do a wall spin now, whatever, these things that I'm still learning. And it's super nice to be part of it. That's all. And it sucks to think that has to end. It's gonna end, there's, in theory, I could say, I'm gonna stop going now. Cut it off early, but there's no point in that. because there's still 2 months of this. Well, less than 2 months. Damn. Excuse me. There's still 2 months of this, and I can still make the most of it. Even though it's going to end eventually, doesn't mean I can't enjoy it now, right? You know, and I'd love to, you know, if I move back to Boston or whatever, or, you know, Seattle probably has parkour, whatever. London definitely has parkour. It's great to be like, oh yeah, I did it with these people at this place for this long, and I wanted to keep doing it. And I don't know, parkour, I kind of analogize it to karate because it feels like it's that important. Karate is something I can, you know, do on my own. Obviously you get stuff from training, but I've been doing it for so long that, you know, individual practice of martial arts gets me what I enjoy from martial arts. That's kind of a side rant, but you know, that itself, I hung on to it for so long. It was great to find that group of people for karate, and then when I came back, it just didn't feel the same as it did, because I guess, you know, at one point karate felt the same as parkour is now. It's a group of people more so, you know, and a thing as opposed to a thing with a group of people. Well, it's actually comforting to think that, you know, parkour could be a happy memory or whatever. And then there's the case of things in which you go in thinking it's temporary and then come out, not even come out, stay in wanting them to be permanent, or at least semi-permanent to some degree. YouTube, you know, I have a different example in mind, but YouTube is a great example of it. I would love to keep making lifestyle videos. Chances are I will. Let's be real. Chances are I will keep making those videos forever. I don't care if my channel grows at 100 subscribers a month. You know, chances are I'll upload at least once a month. It's been lackluster lately, but it's just, you know, there's always been a video in progress. I somehow still find time for it, and I still make time for it. And, you know, YouTube is an example of that because I went in the summer of 2020, I guess, thinking, okay, I'm gonna make one video a week, and if it doesn't, you know, blow up this summer, whatever. But then I kept at it. In October, that typing video blew up, and I just kept at it. Next summer, similar thing, and then here I am, still doing it. And it's kind of, you know, with these thoughts about the passage of time, it's just so uncertain afterwards. Yeah, to a degree, you know, with this uncertainty, like there are so many aspects of this time period that I cannot wait to move on from, and there are things that I cannot wait to move on to. The independence that comes with having, you know, a particular, a job in general. The notion that, you know, I get to officially start my career, in the sense that, like, you know, do I want to do software engineering? And if I do, then, you know, I can officially start that. Find what I like and find what I don't like in terms of a lifestyle, as opposed to just hobbies and projects, right? It's officially, unless I go for the PhD, but even then, it's officially an end to this seemingly generic and pointless trail of academia. I could be exactly where I am with computer science without a degree. Maybe except for like some algorithms and operating system stuff, but yeah. The degree was more or less worth it. I mean, the liberal arts classes, the people I've met, whatever. But like, I can't wait. I'm so excited to be done with my undergrad and, like, you know, done with that. Can't wait to move on and specify and make my knowledge perhaps more niche. Hopefully not too niche, so I can keep teaching or whatever, but you know, I can't wait to, that's the thing, I can't wait to do these things, but I can totally wait before I move on from other things that are going on right now. Again, parkour is like the only concrete example I can think of. Like, it's fun. It's worth it. I'm learning so much, testing myself physically. I guess I'm a pretty kinesthetic person after all. It's just, you know, it's not just the activity. It's a large part of it's the people. And I'm sure, you know, maybe the hoes remember, yeah, that guy Mark. Trying to think of other examples. You know, taking graduate classes as an undergraduate is, you know, there's a sense of like, you know, I and everyone else in the room knows I'm the least qualified person to be there. But it's still nice to be there and know that, hey, you know, maybe I'm a cut above the whatever. I don't know. It's just because I'm interested in linguistics. That's the only reason I'm there. And I'm very fortunate they allowed me to do that. And that's just this one example of, oh, you know, when I'm a grad student, there's going to be an undergrad in the class, and I was that person once, but no longer. You know, it's life catches up. Long story short. Yeah, it's just. I don't know if people listening or watching right now, you know, the two people that are, have things that, you know, they can think of in the moment that they want to, it's you want things to last forever, but at the same time, you know they can't, and therefore you want them to not last forever. It could also just be the notion that, you know, with karate, for example, I chose to go to Paris, and I knew where I was going, and I was like, you know, I had to give this up as a result. That's fine. I genuinely almost didn't go. I guess it's good that I went because Corona. And then there's the notions of like, what is their notions of like, what was I even saying? I guess it's just this idea, you know, when I'm signing up for classes for the next semester, course registration came around and I felt a bit bittersweet about it. When you're signing up for classes, you get excited for these classes you're going to do, and therefore, you know, might look forward to finishing your current classes. But I don't have any classes coming up, so it's a little bittersweet to have these two classes I'm taking end. And I'm glad I took two classes that are graduate level, because my college career felt like it ended in Paris. Online classes did not feel like college classes for many reasons. And so those were easy to let go of. But, you know, when things are a choice and you're consciously making a step forward and saying, you know, if I knew I had a job in Seattle to work for, I don't know what, Adobe, if I knew that, I'm sure my mindset would be different. But I'm so uncertain that I'm kind of like playing life as if I was living here for a permanent while. But I know that I'm not going to. It feels too much like I might be moved, you know, I might move somewhere totally different. And being off the graduation cycle makes that a little weird. One of my friend groups, one of the people is a sophomore. And I feel like I've been in the position where you're the youngest in the group and everyone else moves on in life, and you still have the same things going on around you, but everyone's gone. I don't know if that makes sense. But, you know, you're a senior and you're still at school. And so you still have the same environment in which you were with all these friends, but suddenly they're not there anymore. And it kind of feels like that, but the other way around. Maybe, does that even make sense? I don't even think that makes sense. Never mind. But yeah, I'm just thinking a lot about the passage of time, and I'm trying to think, you know, how can I make the most of these moments? The game Outer Wilds, the ending of that was kind of... Things have to end for you to go forward, and it's a poopy reality. You know, some people are so attached to high school. I wasn't. And you have to let go of that to go to college or work or whatever you choose to do after that. And I guess if you want to move forward, you have to let go of something. But in theory, you can let go of something and not move forward, which is dangerous. You know, I could let go of school and then just not apply for jobs, and well, I don't know where I'd be. Not somewhere I'd want to be, that's for sure. I don't know if I'm making sense anymore. Let's be real. I just have to, I don't know, I'm just not ready to, I don't want to let go of things before I have to. I think that might be it. I think there might be a part of me that's kind of like, hey, you might be staying in New York. Why let go of these things? You know, why not commit to these things? I just don't want to let go yet, you know what I mean? I need to stop thinking about this as much. And, you know, of the things I've been endlessly complaining about recently, it's just not worth complaining about them. I mean, and I know that, and I think it's fun to complain and all, but there are much more important things to go on around in my head. Much more important things, many more important people. It's not even like I have a list of things to do either. It's just, it just is. And I have to really try and enjoy that. I mean, I know, you know, with Minecraft, there are times when I would be like, oh man, I wish Minecraft was still as it was. But at the same time, if it was like that, a lot of my life would be different, and I'm kind of content at various parts of it right now. I'm just glad I was able to keep a lot of friends from that time period, so to speak. You know, me and Tom still talk here and there, which shocks me, but it's great. I'm sure I'll keep in touch with people, but I hate that term, keeping in touch. Keep in touch. Well, never speaks to each other again. It sucks because you never know when you're gonna have the last conversation with someone, right? That could be, you know, that could be morbid if you choose to make it morbid, but it doesn't have to be. It's just a sad reality of life, you know? So I really want to make the most of the upcoming November and December. God damn, there's only one more month left. Full month. And I want to make the most of it. You know, I've more or less broken my YouTube/TV addiction at this point. I'm getting out, I'm doing parkour, I'm committing to my classes. I have not once like procrastinated something. Well, that's, you know, procrastinated a class thing at least, which is, it's not a miracle in its own. I kind of think back on, wow, you know, I would have pushed this problem set to the last minute, but my organization has just carried me. Anyway, yeah, that's that for tonight. So thank you for watching and or listening. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I keep thinking I'm going to stop doing the Cowdino arcade, and here I am. So have a good one. And as always, don't forget to stay awesome. I hope to see you next week.